Hey people, it is Sunday, September the 4th. The time is 6:46 in the evening and it's currently 17 degrees Celsius. And I'm standing here on the footbridge on Lower Jarvis Street, right beside St. Lawrence Market. And I'm looking north up Lower Jarvis, across Front Street, where it continues as Jarvis Street. And here's a look south on Lower Jarvis. So I thought I'd take a walk east along Front Street, down to perhaps Bayview Avenue, or maybe Parliament. Let's say Parliament Street. And then I will go one block south to the Esplanade, and I'll make my way back eastward. Did I say eastward? I meant westward, along the Esplanade. And the Esplanade ends at Yonge Street. So here's Front Street. And there's the front of St. Lawrence Market. And it's actually quite a busy Sunday downtown. Tomorrow is Labor Day, so this is a long holiday weekend. So a lot of people are still out, behaving like it's still Saturday for the most part. Lots of activities and things going on. The area around Union Station was very busy when I walked past there earlier. And there's a big concert at the Scotiabank Arena tonight. My Chemical Romance is playing. There are hordes of people lined up, all decked out in their emo wear. There's a look south down George Street. And here's Frederick Street. A lot of the side streets in this neighborhood are actually quite attractive, although they're rather short, usually just 3 or 4 blocks long. Most of them terminate at King Street for some reason, or Adelaide perhaps. here's Sherbourne Street, and this new development on the corner is making progress. There was a gas station there. I think a 39-story residential building will be rising on site. And on this corner, the massive Time and Space condominium is continuing to rise. I think this will rise to about 29 stories. It's not extremely tall by standards of many Toronto residential buildings, but it is massive. It takes up almost an entire city block. I like to joke that it has taken much time and taken up much space since it began construction. And here you can see they retained the facade of a couple of old buildings that will be incorporated into this new development. And this building is actually rather attractive from what I remember. It has red cladding. And I don't think it has obvious balconies, at least that I could see in the rendering. It has a rather sleek look to it. Here's Princess Street. And you can see the other side of the massive Time and Space. And here's where that fire engine came from. Double-decker tour bus. I hope they brought their raincoats, because it looks like it might rain. On rainy days, you often do see all the people sitting up on the top deck wearing raincoats that are supplied to them. Canadian Opera Company, beautiful old historic building. And Parliament Street is the next block up ahead, but let's make our way south to the Esplanade from here at Beverly instead. I've gone down Parliament many times in previous videos. I've never walked down Beverly before. Or did I say Beverly? I'm saying Berkeley. My goodness. There is another street called Beverly. And more performing arts. Berkeley Street Theater. See, I've never shown this before in any of my walks. And here's where the Esplanade actually begins. So we're going to just start heading westward now. And notice I said that correctly this time. Hopefully I'll be able to make it all the way to the end at Yonge Street. I can see my battery is starting to get a bit on the low side, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll walk over here, get a better view, looking down the street. This is quite an attractive stretch here. One of the most attractive streets in the downtown, I would say. It has these protected bike lanes, and there's also bus lanes that are painted red. That's a relatively new addition. And a nice park running along the median here. The street is divided in this section.
The other day I was sitting at Yonge St
And I think the park that runs along the median here is called David Crombie Park. That's named after a former mayor of the city of Toronto. The old pre-amalgamation city of Toronto. And yes, there it is. And here's the southern end of the massive time and space condominium. And here's where you can see those bus lanes. Apparently, when they first opened, it was commonplace to see people just using them with their vehicles without a care in the world. I think there was a bit of a crackdown. And maybe people have started to finally get the hint or get the message that you're not supposed to drive there. And I can see a GO train passing over Lower Sherbourne. It's heading westbound into Union Station. And I don't think this is an official dog park, but it certainly seems to be used as one by local residents. And I remember those swing sets. I actually swung on one of those during a live stream. There was a girl just swinging on the next seat over, wondering what I was doing. Talking to myself as I'm swinging along with one hand pulling on the chain and the other hand holding my gimbal. Not sure what this guy's vacuuming up. Just litter? Well, good on him if that's what he's doing. I guess Toronto doesn't have a bar called Cheers, but we do have a fine food store by that name. I wonder if there's a guy named Norm who hangs out in there. And here's where the street narrows down and looks like a more typical downtown street. And the backside of St. Lawrence Market. And there's where I began the video, on that pedestrian bridge over the street. And there's Look Up Market Street. That street has been pedestrianized all throughout the summer. I'm not sure how long it will continue to be car-free. I'm hoping they make it permanent. And one of my favorite old historic structures downtown. I'm not sure what the name of this building is. It lies on the corner of Church and the Esplanade. It's an imposing old building. And here's the newest addition to the neighborhood. It's a rather attractive residential tower. Look, North Up Church Street. And I've been past this stretch of the Esplanade in many previous videos. This is where a number of bars and restaurants are located, most which have outdoor patios. It's a bit of a touristy area with popular chains such as the Old Spaghetti Factory and Beer Markt, Scotland Yard, Shoeless Joe's, that sort of thing. But they're all perfectly fine places to come and just hang out and enjoy the atmosphere. And there's a look up at the L Tower. This area across the street, though, has become a bit dicey in recent years. The Novotel Hotel here got converted into a large homeless shelter over the course of the pandemic. And it has changed the character of this block quite a bit. I think the Novotel building, though, is slated to be demolished and redeveloped with a new residential tower. There's a look up Scott Street. And looking back down the way we came. And we're just about at Yonge Street, and my battery is still alive, although it's on the brink of dying. Hasn't turned red yet, so I think I still have at least a minute or two, maybe 3. And this cluster of tower cranes is the site of the second CIBC Square office tower. The first tower just opened up recently. Yeah, geez, I was in the middle of crossing there, buddy. And there's the first tower. The new Union Station bus terminal is at the base of that building. And the second tower will be almost a twin of the first one, but just a little bit taller. And here we are at Yonge, so I'm just going to start heading north on Yonge Street until my battery starts flashing red. And there's the Meridian Hall. It's a performing arts theater. Used to be known as the O'Keefe Center in its original incarnation.
I think we can use this route.
And there's the Dominion Public Building and the CN Tower.
नहीं बाबा
And the novelist Charles Dickens stayed at a hotel on this site in May 1842 during his first tour of North America. Just have to find old historic photographs to get a look at what that hotel looked like. Just trying to hail this cab here. Although they got someone in the back. The light on the roof wasn't turned on. That's how you know if the cab is available or not. And I see my battery indicator has just turned red. So I'm going to start to wrap this up. So I hope you enjoyed the walk along Front Street East, heading east, where I veered south to the Esplanade at Berkeley Street, and then made my way back west into downtown all the way to Yonge Street. We passed by a few things I've never seen before on the channel. That's always good. So leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also make sure you hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store and the recently enabled Super Thanks button right down below. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue. And I'll just let the battery run out. Oh, this hotel has also been converted to a homeless shelter. It's rather a nice historic building. Hopefully that one will be brought back to its former glory as a nice little downtown hotel right on Yonge Street. And the battery is going to die.